Hi, my Tubi, Sheila True Love, here with you yet again this fine, fine Saturday afternoon. I am so happy that I'm home enjoying my afternoon. Right now, we are going to talk about empaths. You need to get gangsta because what we're going to listen to here from Divorce Court. This is how it starts off. It always starts off with the love bombing. Everything is great. Everything is gravy. As we know, like this woman says, when she first met this guy, everything was amazing. It was brilliant. It was great. Anyway, let's listen in.
It was amazing.
When I first met V, she would talk to me. We communicated very well.
I thought I knew Terry, but the day before our wedding, I find out that he was sleeping with someone.
Certain things she say, she stretches it.
Terry's got a horrible temper. One thing happens and he blows up at the whole house.
V, I want you to start listening to me. Let's try to work this stuff out.
I want the judge to tell Terry we should get a divorce.
Divorce court is now in session.
I hear
The
that.
Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Vimaliz Rivera and Terry Coley. The two of you have been together for 3 years, married for 2. You are in difficulty now, so I'm going to start with you, Ms. Rivera. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and how things got started?
Yes, Your Honor. I feel like I was deceived. I met this man online, and when I met him, it was amazing. Of course, when you first start, he had a job. He had custody of his 2 kids. He had a car. Everything was great. He seemed to be on point with everything in his life. And then shortly after that, it just started going downhill.
What do you mean started going downhill? What did you find out?
So I found out a day before our wedding, he was having sex with a local girl. After that,
How did you find that out?
he actually told me. He told me he did.
The day before you got married, you bust out with the news that you're sleeping with another woman.
I just didn't want to get married and have that lie.
Uh-huh.
Just went on and told her.
Right. And you had had sex with another woman the day before.
Yes.
Why was there a wedding?
The day before he went to the store.
Exactly. You hear what Judge Lynn said? Why was this still a wedding? You know what I mean? You knew that this guy, right the day before your wedding, he was up there busting all kind of nuts. You know? Busting all kind of nuts. Nut deep. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get tacky. But, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Why was there even a wedding?
For hours. And I had the family there. We had already done everything that it takes to do a wedding. I mean, you're talking about the preparations as in food, the place, just literally everything.
You have a party.
Yeah.
You don't marry him.
Thank you. Hello,
You know what
holla.
I'm saying?
That was a good suggestion. I know how this woman feels, that everybody was there, the wedding cake was there, all the decorations, everything is all set up, and now you tell me a day before the wedding that you was already sleeping up knee deep or nut deep up in some other hole? Are you serious? But like Judge Lynn, who is a very wise judge, you have a party, honey. You let everyone know that the wedding is off, but we're gonna have a party. Push out the liquor. Come on, you people start drinking, they start forgetting. Everybody gonna be talking, of course. Words gonna be buzzing, but that's okay, babe. Bring out the liquor, let her drink, and get her party on, honey. But there will be no wedding. But you're not gonna waste this good show. I have my parents here. I have everyone who's flown in. The decorations are amazing. This is gonna be one hell of a party. And you guys party it up. I'm going to change my outfit. I'll come down with a slamming hot looking outfit, honey. And I hope we got a DJ up in here. Pass the liquor around and get that music pumping up. Hell yeah. Hell no.
If you find that out the day before, this should be the one time in his life that he is so hyper focused on you that he would, and had sex with somebody else. Yeah, he was screwing around on me, but this is just a party. Break out the liquor, let's go. What else did you find out wasn't exactly as he had represented?
Started from the very beginning when we signed that marriage license paperwork. I found out he had previously been married 2 times. I didn't know that. So then you start asking about kids. Does he have, other than the 2 that I knew about, I was wondering, what kind of life he had before. Is it going to come into our life? Then I find out about 6 months after that.
Is this before you got married, but after the...
After we got married.
Okay.
After I got married, find out he's losing his job, repossession of the car.
Oh, God.
Just everything fell apart.
Oh,
Everything
God.
comes to car, job, house,
Everything.
repossession. So I had to go put a car under my name and let him have it. And then I find out, I get a phone call and there's a repossession on that.
Mr. Coley, what do you have to say? She
First
said a
of all,
lot.
To being married 2 times, it shouldn't make a difference. I was married 8 times.
What?
She knew I had been married before. I got 2 kids. I mean, what difference does it make?
I tell you what difference it makes. She is joining your life, her life to yours. So she's got a right to know significant history. An extra wife is significant history. That's why. But go ahead.
I didn't ask her how many times she had been married.
Just because you're foolish doesn't mean she should be foolish too. It is
Exactly. I didn't ask her how many times she got married. Yeah, well, just because you were an a-hole, that don't mean that she has to be an a-hole too. Judge Lynn hit the nail right on the head. I mean, she hit the nail right on the head. And you see how narcissistic he is? He has that nonchalant attitude. He has absolutely no empathy whatsoever. Totally toxic.
not to be aware of your significant other's significant history. Go ahead.
Well, I was just trying to have it for us. We were moving forward. That's what I was looking at. But as far as the house and cars and all that stuff, yes, I ended up losing a $100,000 job and went down to a $30,000 job. I couldn't live on that same field. I couldn't do it. So I don't understand why she's saying she didn't know. Yeah, the car she was talking about, the other car, yeah, they was taking the payments out of my checking account. It went on for a while, then they stopped. They had some kind of hold on my stuff, and then they said, they called us like 4 weeks later. Then we were like, what, $800 behind?
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Rivera. Did he lose his job? I mean, you can lose your stuff if you go from a $100,000 a year job to a $30,000 a year job. You can't say he misrepresented himself. He simply fell on hard times.
No, this was like the vehicle repossession was like shortly right after. It was a Corvette, a green Corvette that he had. We were driving up to the house. Next thing you know, the Corvette's not in the yard. And he's like, oh, shoot, where's the Corvette? Then I find out the same thing he said about the Mustang, he said about the Corvette. They were supposed to be taking out the payments. We don't have joint accounts or anything like that. His money, my money. That's how we've always had it set up.
But did he go from a $100,000 a year job to a $30,000?
Yes.
You do understand that comes with a certain amount of loss of lifestyle.
Of course. But he did lie about money the whole time.
What was he lying about?
So he had thousands of dollars in his bank account that I had no knowledge of. It was such a hard time that for Christmas for me because I had a lower income job than I have now. So his kids were getting the 4-wheelers, all this kind of stuff, and I was having a hard time getting presents for mine. So I asked, can I, get some money or something like that? Or like when my vehicle, he didn't have the money, couldn't help me. I had to call my mom to get some help. Then next thing you know, he's like, we have an argument. And he's like, oh no, I've got thousands of dollars to get me through years after he lost his job. I have thousands of dollars to get me several years. I had already saved up. I had no knowledge about it, but when I needed help.
You wouldn't give. Is that an accurate story?
Now, actually, I did help her with Christmas. Come on now. And the thing of having money saved, yes, I had some money saved back, but I also didn't know I was going to lose my job either. And when I lost that job, the money that I had put back, I tried to catch up and try to make payments on different stuff so I wouldn't lose it. And it didn't work out that way. So I ended up losing everything I had.
Okay, well, I understand what's going on here. I also want to talk about cheating because I understand that the cheating didn't stop when the marriage started.
I haven't seen the baby. I haven't talked to him. I haven't did a blood test. I haven't done anything.
He wanted this baby. He wanted that baby in his life. You already have so many babies.
So even when they were married, the cheating didn't even stop. This woman had be more than red flags, red lights, stop lights, quit. The cheerleading crew tell her you don't even bother. She had more than enough leeway not to get involved with this. Oh God, I can't even come up with a piece of garbage. Actually, mere garbage, straight up garbage.
So you found out right before you got married he cheated with somebody. Take me from there forward in the cheating stories.
So from me cleaning the house, and all of a sudden his phone was going off while he was mowing the lawn. So then I go and I check the phone. And when I go look at the phone to go take it out to him, it's all girl messages from sites, dating sites. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? So then I confront him about it, and I'm like, what is this? And I mean, he's told me. It's not that he hides anything. When I confront him about it, he tells me. So he told me right away, yeah, I'm on this site, yeah, I'm on that side, and I'll delete it. But next thing you know, a couple weeks later, there's another message, there's another picture, there's another something from another female.
Were you on dating sites while you were married?
Yes, I was for a short time. It
Why?
wasn't a long time.
Why?
Really?
Now, if I was hiding anything too much, how did she get on my phone? She had to know the code.
But I mean, do you honestly? And he sits here and honestly, just because I told the truth about it, which I appreciate that because now I can protect myself and I know what I'm dealing with. But he sits here and act like it was okay. You're on dating sites after you're married and you're newlywed. Oh man.
If she broke into your phone, it doesn't matter. The question is, why does a newly married man need to be on dating apps and having contact with other women?
Thank you.
That's the question.
I don't know. I guess I'm mad. I don't know. I just...
Good question.
I understand that there's some...
Did you hear his answer? I don't know. Oh, I guess I'm an addict. You know, everything... when it comes to this sex addict and all this nonsense, people can say what they want to. I've never bought into that. I'm too wise for that. Holy Spirit has made me too wise for that. I don't care what no specialist or scientist, the brain chemistry actually said. Bull crap. They only came up with this sex addiction when it came to these celebrities in Hollywood who kept getting busted for cheating on their partners. And now all of a sudden they come up with this sex addiction so nobody has to take accountability. No one has to take responsibility for the decisions that they have personally made. It's not about no sex addiction. It's about exercising self-control. Because I want to know what happens to you if you don't partake of this sexual whatever. Go in the bathroom, handle your business, man. If you feel you got all of this extra stuff going on, go in the bathroom. Handle your business 5-10 times a day. I don't care. But at least you remain faithful to your partner. And like I told you, in this world is filled with nothing but problems. Sheila Truelove, Lynn Toller, Deborah Cooper. We are about solutions. And one of the solutions for these supposedly sex addicts is you can be chemically or surgically castrated. That's where the testosterone in your body is taken out and is put to low levels. Now you don't have to worry about being overly sexed and all of this. Why can't they be chemically castrated to lower their sex drive? If that's the problem, because we know what the scriptures say. If your right eye is causing you to sin constantly, tear it out. If your hand is causing you to sin, cut it off. It's better for you to lose a part of your body than for your whole body to end up in hell. So if your penis seems to be a problem for you, then you know how to handle that. Castration, man. I'm always pro castration when it comes to men raping these babies and raping children. Clowns who can't seem to keep their penis in their pants where it belongs. Can't be faithful to your wife and your family. Now you done bust up the whole household. The kids ain't got their father around. All because you didn't want to exercise self-control. So if you feel that it is a huge problem for you and impossibility, you can either do it chemically or surgically. The choice is yours.
some outside babies involved.
The female that we had previously talked about before the wedding that he let me know. So she was pregnant, find that out. So the first question is, okay, so is she going to be in our lives? Is she going to raise this kid? It's, what's going to happen? But then I find out later that she was terminating. He told me she was terminating the pregnancy. Never saw her, never talked to her, never knew any of that. Then about 6-7 months later, I find out there's another girl pregnant.
What?
And you're sitting there
man.
going, here we go again. Okay, so we have somebody else who's
I mean, is this crazy or what? Would you still be in a relationship like that? Not only does he cheat on you, but he actually goes around making babies, and more babies. I mean, are they serious?
having a baby who's in a relationship with somebody else, and we got to figure out how's this going to play out.
How's this going to work?
And we have kids. Like, I have my 2 kids. He has 2 kids. We have a family, and now you're bringing an outside family into this family.
Did all that happen, Mr. Coley?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it did.
Were you
Castration.
honest with her beforehand about all of these various loose ends that you had dangling about your life?
The first one, the terminated, I didn't know until like a couple months after then when she sent me a message and I found that out.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, I didn't know about this one until it was just about getting ready to be born. And she said it was mine. I haven't seen the baby. I haven't talked to him. I haven't did a blood test. I haven't done anything. When she told me to just drop it and leave it and just walk away, that's what I done.
He says he doesn't talk to her, all that stuff. But on his phone, he hid her name, and it came up, I forgot what hours of the night. It came up, and he swore up and down, no, I don't talk to her, I don't talk to her, I don't talk to her. Because I told him, I'm like, you're not talking to this lady again. You need to stop trying to contact her, because he was trying to go out of his way to talk to her. He wanted this baby. He wanted that baby in his life. He wanted to take care of that baby. You already have so many babies. So then I was like, you don't need any more babies right now. Let's just take care of what we have.
And I understand your distress, Ms. Rivera, but I will say this. If that is his baby, he needs to be in his life, period, end of story. I know it's a mess and it's a hot.
And I agree with Judge Lynn. If that's his baby, he definitely have to be in that baby's life. That's why I wouldn't be. He got 2 other kids that's living in the household with them. She has 2 kids. He has 2 kids already. Now, I would have him take your 2 kids and you bounce. Pack your stuff. You and your goddamn kids. Yeah, it's great and I love you and all that, kid. Write me a letter. We'll become pen pals, okay? Or we can FaceTime each other. The 2 kids that I may have grown to love. We could always FaceTime, okay? We good. So, he would be out the door. Because if he did make a baby or create, if he created, because that's what men do, they create these babies. So if he created another baby with someone else, all that's going to do is he has to constantly go over there to this woman's house. She's always going to be calling him up on the phone for something. The baby needs this. Oh, the baby has colic. The baby's not sleeping. Can you come over? It's always going to be with this other woman in the picture. Always. I personally, I don't even deal with men who have children that are not grown. And when I'm talking about grown, I'm talking about 25 and up. Preferably 30 and up. I do not deal with men who talking about I got a 17-year-old or I got a 12 or 30. What? Yeah, it's been a pleasure, kid. Yeah, okay. We can hang for you could go in my toy box. I could put you in my toy box. So we could, if at the last resort, I could pull you out for a plaything. And I'm not talking no sex because, she the true love don't get down like that. No, I don't. I don't sleep with nobody before 7 months. Believe that. So it's always going to have this third wheel, this other woman in the picture. So she needs to pack his stuff, actually. See you, son, and I wouldn't want to be you. It hasn't been a pleasure, and you leave it in God's hands, because God is definitely going to handle this clown. God, Jesus, and karma. Remember, they never lose anybody's address. Karma don't have Alzheimer's, nor does karma have dementia.
Mess, but you can't just say. My understanding is though You say he has a terrible temper, and I want you to tell me about that. Do you get mad if she talks to male co-workers?
When you started talking about having done and going here and going that, that's not work.
Oh, whatever. He got nerve. He got a lot of nerve.
You say he has a bad temper. Can you give me some examples?
He was upset because he couldn't see my chat with my girlfriend from work. He wanted to see the laptop. He snatched the laptop from one of the babies, and he ended up doing something. He was going towards the door, and he hit his nose, which is what he's got going on there. And then before that, he was picking movies. My son was downstairs picking movies. His other son ran behind him. He went to yell at his other son. My son's hand got stuck, so he got hurt, so he was crying. So I went to him and I'm like, what's going on? He starts yelling at everyone in the house. See, this is why we need to go to bed earlier. This is why nobody listens to me in this house. This is why from now on you guys are going to bed at 7.
You just had a temper tantrum.
It was horrible, like a little kid. It really was. He just started going off. And I'm sitting there like, how is this his fault? Like, how is it that everyone's getting yelled at?
Mr. Coley, are you a hothead or has she got it wrong?
At times I am, yes. But on that particular time, I had told him like 4 or 5 times, it's time to get your move, it's time. She was actually asleep. I was watching the kids. They're supposed to go to bed at 8:30. That's what we set up. And it was like 9:15, 20 minutes after 9, they still hadn't got the move and got ready. And when I had one of the kids come sliding down the steps, going into the wall, when I stood up like this, my knee hit the drawer. Didn't know his finger was there. And I just got upset. And I told him, I said, y'all get your move and let's get ready to go to bed. That's what it went. Then when she heard the crying, she come running downstairs, and it was just all a mess.
All right. I understand that he's just jealous, so jealous that he made you leave the National Guard. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor. I used to be in the National Guard, and this was after I came back from deployment. From active duty, I went to National Guard. And then every time I went out to drill, once a month, he would constantly be like, no, you just want to go drink, you want to go party, you're going to be staying at a hotel, this and that, which none of it was really true. Granted, we do drink. I'm not saying we don't drink. We do drink. However, we had made an agreement that when I went, I'm not going to drink without him, stuff like that. So we already had the agreement. But he's just never trusted me since the time that we've been together. He's projecting whatever
he's doing on you. Mr. Coley, do you not trust her? And if so...
Yep. He doesn't trust her because he knows what he's out there doing. So he's just automatically assuming that if he's just as rotten and no good and disgusting, he figures that she must be like him. You know, this is ridiculous in terms of these narcissists. Women have got to set boundaries, and they have got to stick with it. We're going to do part 2 because we're already 23 minutes in. This is Sheila True Love. You always have a choice. Please choose wisely. Like the Bible says, make my heart rejoice. My child, make my heart rejoice. You always have a choice. Until next time, bye for now.